Fish paws. Yeah, send the music. Here we go. Yeah. Now you need to be tuned to Milwaukee. Whether you're into the booze of hill hopping, whether you like the news of field hockey, whether you're some big Jews or little Nazis. Exclusive interviews from Bill Cosby. Top choice of fresh crews and ill posses. If radio's the game, the losers will not be. Troutski and Snatcher, the dudes from Milwaukee. 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 Yeah, I got a blind date, high maintenance kind of chick. We're going wine tasting, I'm a vagina lick. One thing for sure, Fridays from 9 to 6. Vibrations ain't hype, why waste your time with it? Other shows is a big awful litter mess. All your listeners we pick off and intercept. Go and get yourself a big box of cigarettes and change the fucking station if it's not on River West. Milwaukee.
I said already. It's a colloquial phrase that these black people use.
We got Mario's phone in the house.
Oh, he's black?
Yeah, this voice is a black people scare you? Is that what happens?
Definitely afraid of black people. You know what's so nervous I am right now?
Yeah, it's that white guilt. It's a funny thing.
Never
It's
goes
hard
away.
to do it. It's hard to do it.
The plights of the white man. But yeah, no, we've got a very special guest today, darling Nikki Jansen.
Hey!
Hey, Love and Light. Thanks for having me on.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah, so recently we were all at the same event, Keith Gousted's reading. What did you all think about that? Keith Gousted from Burdock.
He can read.
Yeah.
Not only can he read, he's awesome. He can put words together well, and I understand them. So it was powerful.
That's hard to do in poetry in the modern era. That is hard
Sometimes.
to do.
And we were just talking about how you're doing the what's your poetry series? Can you plug your poetry?
Oh, the
series
Art
that you do
Beat
at the Art-
series. Yeah, at the Art Bar. So it's bi-monthly. The next one will be in February. The date's to be determined yet. But yeah, we have musicians, poets, local musicians and poets. Yeah, and we get down. It's free, starting at 9:30. James Murphy's my co-host.
Oh, the guitar player.
Yeah.
Is his name
plays-
Jaemes? Or is
James? It's crazy.
Is it like that? Is that on purpose? Is that a stage name? Is that?
You know, when New Word Document got our first write-up in the
UWM Post.
UWM Post, James Murphy was mentioned
Accidentally.
inadvertently.
Sorry, Peter Murphy, who was on the show 3 episodes ago and is a hilarious man.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I like Peter Murphy a lot, but yeah, James Murphy was mentioned instead of Peter Murphy. So
James said thanks for the false props, by the way.
Oh,
yeah, he
nice.
did on
Hey.
Facebook.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Yeah,
Rather be on his good side, so there you go.
Right.
But
I hear he gets real angry.
but you should probably do the disclaimer thing, producer of the show, and all that.
So, anyways, we've got the New Word Document live show coming up. December
December 14th. Yeah.
One thing that's great about it is that you're going to be
Yes.
one of the readers, and you're one of
Yes.
our past features. I'm really excited about this because
down.
the time you came out, I don't know why, it seemed like our first show ever. We couldn't get a whole lot of people that day because Sundays are tough sometimes. So I'm excited we got you on this.
In my
Friday, so
mind, there
thanks
was
for coming.
100 million people there. I don't know what you're talking
Well, you
about.
performed like it.
There were a lot of people there. No, that was a good
I
week.
thought
That was a
Jay-Z
really good
was
week.
there, Shannon Jackson. It was pretty awesome.
And the drunk guy that we had to escort off the stage.
Oh, I enjoyed him. I was kind of sad he left.
Yeah. The rumor was that I beat up some guy and he was dragged from the stage. No, that was sincerely the
I'm
rumor.
sorry,
that I heard.
laughing.
The guy that
I'm not
was-
laughing because he beat up a drunk guy. I'm laughing because it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
And that was what I heard. I heard I beat up a drunk guy and he got drug out the bar or whatever. And apparently there's some girl that's crying in the city right now that refuses to ever return to the public house because I cursed her father or mother or something.
Infamy is better than fame anyway. I'll take it.
That was what Asher said, so we didn't really sweat it. But yeah, apparently I beat that guy up. But really, his friend.
No, you gave him a cigarette and he went away screaming like, remember, like he hit the jackpot. Because like
no
Mario
idea.
knows how to deal with, like, when you get a homeless guy or a drunk random homeless guy, as long as when you become familiar, they don't mind you anymore. When you act like weirded out or whatever, they're gonna messed with you. And then Mario just gave him a cigarette, and he just zoomed to the end of the.
So he was so happy he was screaming, and they thought he was screaming in pain.
then
That's
he-
what happened.
but it
He
was
Wow.
pulled out like a
I
bottle
hope
or
that
something.
lady's
that he
listening to
pinched
this.
him
I have
with.
no idea what happened. But no, what really happened?
Telling
was
you, he pulled out
just-
a bottle. He was like laughing. He had the cigarette. He pulled out a bottle from his pants, and
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't
fun.
the Jack Daniels guy.
That
No, you're
sounds
talking
like-
about
that's a different
another.
guy?
Yeah, he had made it to the stage, and he was.
He accompanied me.
Wow, really? Really?
He accompanied me in a poem. He
Yeah, he
started doing
did.
a group piece.
He's
Apparently.
like, woo! He's like, yeah, she's great. I was like, yeah, man, you can't do that. And so I went to go, and she was like, no.
Because I
Nikki
like
was like,
being
let him
great.
go. let
I'm
him
like,
go, let
yeah,
him
they're
go.
rushing the stage. That's how awesome it was. The stage was rushed. He was
Yeah.
praising me.
Yeah, he was. He was
wow.
giving her the business, and then his friends came to get him, and I kind of was like shuffling past him in the interim. So it was. But the report I got is that some homeless guy got beat up. Microphone McFan has just entered the
He just
building,
walked
ladies and
in.
gentlemen.
Hey.
So,
Yeah,
anyways,
give him
so darling, so the December 14th.
December 14th.
Friday, December
Can you tell
14th?
people some of your accolades? Like some of you're an award-winning poetess. Is that a word? I know Mario uses it.
Yeah.
Sure, it is now.
Okay.
We can invent words. I don't know. I think the most important thing I do is I work with youth. I work with teenagers. I work in the detention center. I work in a teen shelter. Do poetry, art, music. It's pretty awesome. I've done a couple slams, but
You do
all for
haiku,
fun.
right?
yeah, the World Haiku Slam in
Oh, yeah, that little
Detroit,
thing. Yeah.
and then Milwaukee Slam, Grand Slam, couple of those.
Champion. When were you the Milwaukee Grand Slam champion?
I think 07 and 011, 9, something like 10.
So you
I don't
won
remember.
the Grand Slam
Twice,
championship
yeah.
twice? Oh my
Twice,
goodness.
yeah.
Wow. So 07 and
I came in
no, I
second
think it was
place.
06. 06 you did, because 07 I was on the team. So it would be 06. 06 you won the championship.
And then
the first
something
time.
recent.
Oh yeah, you won a Grand Slam championship in
2011.
11. Yeah. Awesome sauce. So that's what's up. So that's what I said. So so the first year you competed, 06. What was final stage? What was the final cut? It was you, Dan Vaughn.
Well, the first year I competed, I came in second with Ingrid Spitfire, Dan, me. Was Shelly on it that year? I confuse everything. I don't know. I've worked with so many awesome people. I just
So the
But
second time you won.
yeah. So Nigel, Dasha,
Wow.
Dan,
Wow.
Big names.
me, and who was the fifth person, or was it just us four?
Fatima, was she on there? Was she in the final? Ryan Hurley.
That was before he came here.
This is in 011. That wouldn't. So you talking about 06, the first time? Okay, so
I know
you-
we just missed semifinals by like a hair, but it was a powerful team. It was pretty awesome.
Oh, Milwaukee has always put up a team to be reckoned with when we actually get the thing together. I think Madison was our worst showing in the last 5 years, right?
Yeah, Madison, a little tough.
Would it be possible to get a sample piece from you? Are you prepared to read a piece right now? I could.
It's
cut
just
the mics
pressure
right
he
now.
puts on. He won't read the disclaimer, but he has the
Disclaimer: this show's gonna be great.
he has the
That's a disclaimer.
audacity to
Can I-
ask one of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
best
I mean-
poets in the country to read one of her poems live on air, which is
Yeah, I was hanging out with her yesterday. That's cool. We talked.
yeah.
We're
But-
BFFs.
And right now, yeah.
Y'all BFFs right now? Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And all I can think about is the gentleman who told us he couldn't drive.
What
Inside
happened?
joke. Do you
What
remember
happened?
that? Well, he had big Coke bottle glasses, and he was talking about he can't drive. He's like, can't drive. And I thought he said because I'm black, and he's just white.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And I was like,
I thought
Adam and I had like this awkward.
thing.
He said because I'm blind, but him and I looked at each other, and I was
That's
like,
Jay, you know, Jason.
yeah, it's hard.
Oh yeah.
It's hard being
Oh
black.
my
It's like driving when you're black.
my
Yeah.
Jay, blind Jay?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought Jay said he was black? Oh, that's funny.
It was really funny.
So blind Jay told you he couldn't drive because he's blind, and you thought he said because he
He's
was black.
I thought so as well. I
and I was like,
right
it is
there.
hard for
Funny.
black people in Milwaukee for sure. I mean,
Yeah, you were just playing with it, like joking around with it. Like, well, I guess I'll make a joke. Well, I mean, that's what I would have done.
right. I didn't know.
Amazingly
this.
funny.
You know, diffuser, you got a tension breaker. Sometimes you just
Right.
got to break the tension if you're not sure, and then. But yeah.
Wow, how
So
random.
a poem by darling Nikki Jansen.
So I'm gonna do a little ditty. This
A
is a
little
written-
ditty? Is this, what does that mean?
It's a little ditty.
I'm
so
cutting the
this
other
is,
mics you're on.
This is going to be in my book. It's going to be titled Life After Life. It has no title yet. Are you ready? We're good? He chose to return as war this time around, because as peace he was ignored. A foster child sleeping in paperwork, more of a weed, never a tulip. They are treated so differently by spring. The last to be picked for kickball, the first to be sent out of class. He was a pretty caterpillar in someone's dinner salad. The silence in between the rings of a church bell. Nighttime was once his favorite flavor. He ate it scoop by scoop until day reinvented itself. You cannot undream the dead. A receipt needed to check someone's balance, tossed out afterward, folded like laundry, like a poker hand with a deuce high, folded like a paper crane, like Hitler in his bunker, a prayer never recited. The world had fed him energy that he saved into a bomb.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Darling Nikki Jansen over at, again, it's Art
Bar.
Art
yeah.
Bar, and the event.
It's the Art Beat series.
Art Beat series. And then we can find you December 14th. We're going to mic up our other guest, Microphone McFan. Going to play a quick track before that happens. Thanks for tuning in to Newer Document Radio.
I took the Beatles and the Wu-Tang Clan and all that put together, and I just made it one thing, man. And it worked.
1 2 1 2.
All types of shit, yo, let that shit ride. Hold the mother.
Turn up the microphone.
Do all that good shit.
1 2
Do all that good
1 2.
shit.
The war was back. Bob Digi, UGOD, Raekwon the chef, the inspector deck, METHOD, the BOBB. Straight up, master killer, Jizza, the genius. It's an old dirty bastard.
1 2 1 2. Killer bees.
The Wu-Tang sword style.
Well, wow.
Would you like to do a number with us? You know, we'd like to do a number together.
Yeah.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
John here. This is Paul, George, and Ringo.
It started in Liverpool, England. A sound, a feeling, an emotion. It started in Liverpool, England, and swept up the youth of the world. And while adults speaking in many foreign languages looked on in awe, 4 young boys from poor British seaport slum town, their hairstyle a harmless defiance of convention, their musical style brash, earned renown which they had never dreamed of and perhaps never really wanted.
TC.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to give it to you raw in a few seconds.
A 1. A 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have on the phone, I think we have, oh no, we've got a dial tone. Kilgore Trout, if you want to call back, we'll gladly take your call. Oh, wait. Here he goes. 3rd time's the charm. You on?
Hello?
Colin? Hey, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Troutsky, DJ Trout. How you doing, Troutsky?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing good. We got a pre-packed house in here. We got Microphone McFan. We got Mario, the poet. We've got Darling Nikki Jansen.
What's up, man?
What's up, Nikki?
Hey, I ain't seen you in a minute. You coming out on Friday? He's part of the show, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's what's up.
can
Look
be
forward to
there all
seeing
night.
him.
Hey, you're going to be DJing. You're going to be playing as part of his Bruce City. Is it Bandits or Banditos?
Whatever.
All right.
We're Bruce City Bandits, and we're also Banditos. That's Kilgore Trout and Spade 1.
December 14th.
December 14th, yeah.
And have you recorded with Nikki before?
Yeah, my first CD, I think about 2 or 3 tracks are on there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, can we find those tracks online or?
You know, I have my CD available at cdbaby.com.
Okay. So that's where people go, cdbaby.com. What do they search for?
Awesome CD, by the way.
Hey,
Yeah.
the title of the CD is Unstitch the Sun.
Ooh.
And that comes out of one of the poems, Soul Junkie, that I have. And it's under my name, Darling Nikki Jansen. Nikki the cute way, Nikki.
Well, Trotsky, you got a request for us today?
Any requests? No, not really. I requested you guys do another great show.
Well, thank you.
Last week and the week before.
Your wish
thank
has
you
been
so much.
granted. It's happening.
Thanks for calling in, Trotsky. Look forward to seeing you next week.
I've been spending all week now listening to new releases and stuff, so I have some fresh jams for the party.
Is he listening live?
You listening live?
Yeah, I turned it down so you wouldn't get any feedback.
Oh, thanks.
I'm on speakerphone.
And hey, where can people? You do the SoundCloud? Is that where you have people direct to? Where's a good plug for your music?
Oh, yeah, SoundCloud's good. That's soundcloud.com/ColinMG, ColinDemge. And yeah, that's a good place to start. And then all my connections from there with the YouTube and the Facebook and MySpace, Reverb Nation. I think you can connect all that from there.
You can also find some of our collaborative stuff at my website at adamasher.com. And yeah. All right, man. Thanks so much for calling.
I forgot Bandcamp. Look for the Daisy Days LP.
Oh, that's a good one.
$7, or you can get it for 75 cents a track if there's just one or two you want.
Was that the one with the do-it-yourself cardboard covers?
What's that?
Was that the one with the do-it-yourself cardboard covers?
Yeah, it's got the do-it-yourself cardboard covers.
Handmade covers, people.
Yep, recycled. And if you see me in person, you can get one of those for even less. And you will see me on December 14th, so come out.
New Word document, River West Public House, 815 East Locust. Thanks for calling.
Yep, I'm going to let you get back to the show.
All right, man. Peace. Trotsky. What a guy, huh? We've all worked with him. So is there any chance we can get you to do one more for us? Any? I'd like to hear a haiku if you've got one.
I do.
Is that,
I do
yeah?
actually happen to have a
I've been in a
couple,
haiku mood lately.
Do you have any haikus yourself? You're going to share one?
Oh, I didn't bring any with me. Conveniently enough.
Sure. Okay, happy or sad? Let's see. Here we go.
Oh, always sad.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Start sad, get happy. That's horribly sad. I don't know. All right. The recession is a severe yeast infection refusing to go away. Not pleasant. I don't know if men understand it as much as women. But perhaps they do.
Men get yeast infections as an
Do
idea.
men get yeast infections?
I mean, they can potentially get yeast infections, but I think the idea.
For the record, Microphone
Yeah, right.
McMahon is not
To
had a
make
yeast
it clear.
infection.
Yeah, for those who are just listening, and that voice was just Microphone McFan, and apparently he's gotten face deep in some. Anyways, yeah, but he's never got a yeast infection. Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna go to another haiku and leave that topic.
On
yeah.
that note.
Yeah, let's just let's get off of that one. I would have picked the splinters from your back, but I was too busy carrying your cross. Yeah, that's my ex. That's why he's my ex.
He doesn't like you. That's the problem.
You better like the haikus.
One more haiku. One more haiku.
One more. All right. Each groove in his lips is a city I could spend lifetimes lost inside.
Nice, ladies and gentlemen.
Aww.
Darling Nikki Jan.
Each. What is his city? What? How's it go?
Each groove in his lips
This
is
is
a
a city.
I could spend lifetimes lost.
He should get some Carmex or something, because that's not sanitary.
Grooves are sexy little pieces. I didn't say these crust in his lips.
What I mean is the inference is that he has deep caverns in his lips. Did you look at Microphone McFadden's lips? He doesn't really have like full black guy
My lips don't have yeast infections.
All disclaimers tonight brought to you by Microphone McFadden.
Microphone
himself.
McFadden's lips don't have yeast infections. I'm just saying when you say caverns and lips in the same sentence, it just seems as if grooves. I'm sorry, that it seems a bit cavernous. That was my whole point. He has really big lips with a lot of lines in them.
So speaking of the man,
And
with
that
the
describes
lips,
my ex. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just listening. I'm just listening. Don't mad at me.
how's everyone feel about talking about Microphone McFadden now and putting him on the spot? How you doing?
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, that's why you came out here, right?
So what are we saying about? Are we talking about our feelings about Microphone McFadden, or just talking to him?
We definitely
that's a
not
good
talking
question.
about my lips. That one we're not talking about.
Yep, that's a good idea. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
McFan actually featured at the last Art Beat series, and he did an incredible job. He's an amazing writer.
Thank you.
I was there. It was great.
I had posted on Facebook today of the poets in the city lately. Microphone McFan has been burning it down on a regular basis. One of the most difficult things when you do the sojourn around the city in the open mic venues is to remain relevant. And McFan has been consistently doing poetry for a few years now, but in the last 6 months, he's been burning it down and hiding the ashes. He's really been kicking rectum, so we are really
putting the boots on, throwing gasoline on it.
You already know. And so in January, we hope to bring him out for a feature at New Word.
Oh, about time! I was hoping so.
We are really ready to, to display him to the world for the awesome superstar, rock star poet that he is, and I am just thoroughly impressed with his work in the last 6 to 8 months. Especially, he was always remarkable, but since the Paul show, what's the guy name? Jared Paul. McFan did a couple poems that night that were astounding in their expertise, and he's just been getting better and better and better.
So let's ask the man then, real quick. Sorry,
so let's talk to him.
Yeah,
we might as well.
Yeah. So when did you?
Thanks, by the way, Mario. I do appreciate it.
I thought let's let the man let us know. So when did you get started in poetry? Where'd you start at?
I started at Poetry Unplugged. It was kind of weird because Autumn Blaze had kept telling me we worked together, and she kept telling me to come down, and I was like, poetry? Nah, like that's not my thing. And I used to write, so I would write like poetry at work, but I'm thinking like, performance, spoken word, it was just gonna be, really, I just didn't think it was gonna be my type of crowd. And I finally went one day and I was hooked. Like after the first time I went,
Did you perform? When you say you went, did you perform?
No.
Okay.
No, I went. The first time I went, I looked, and I just was like, wow, I could do this. And so I wrote a poem a couple weeks later, and I was begging to get on the mic, and I kept begging. I'm like, and so finally, one of the people down at the spot, Mike Whitley, he told me, he was like, you know what, next week I got you. I see you keep coming down here signing up, so next week make sure you get here early, and I'm gonna get you on. And after that, it was all downhill.
When you say downhill, where'd you go? Like, what was the progression? What circuit did you start hearing up? What places did you?
Well, I started there. I started at Poetry Unplugged. Then
almost exclusively.
Yeah, pretty much exclusively at first.
Okay.
Then, I kind of branched out. Like one of my friends, Dia, had opened up a spot. I started going to Linneman's with Mario. By chance, I happened to get into a contest with at the Michael Bazin show. It flew me out to Dallas. This is when I first started doing it. So that was a real good opportunity. You
came in. So explain the Michael Bazin thing.
They had a Lincoln MTX, MCT, whatever, Lincoln Touch. It was the Lincoln Touch, and they did like a 30-second poetry plug on the vehicle, and so I kind of like read up on it and just entered the contest.
A Lincoln Touch?
Yeah, it was Lincoln. Like everything in the car is touchscreen. Like everything in the car is touchscreen.
That's the model name of it?
Well, yeah, that's what it's called. It's like a Lincoln MCT or it's an SUV.
Okay.
But it's called like the name of it was like the Lincoln Touch.
Yeah.
So, he had advertised on this show, and a friend of mine called me and was like, "Yeah, you should get in the contest." I'm like, "Yeah," And then at the last minute, I entered, and nationwide, I don't know how many people entered, but I know I came in top 3. I actually came in first place. The grand prize was the car. I wish I would have got the car, but but I ended up they flew me out to Dallas. It was an excellent experience.
And what's really funny about the whole process is when McFan had first entered, a lot of the poets in the city didn't really take the process seriously, and he just needed to get votes. And McFan worked Facebook, he worked the internet, and he pushed himself to the point where he got in the position that he was with a really exemplary poem. And when he left to go to Dallas, a lot of people were confused. Like, really, is this really going to happen? And we assumed when he came back that he was going to win, and he had really gotten close to winning. Like, I think you needed like 100 or 1,000 more votes, or like 100 more votes, or whatever.
Oh, I would have been one of them,
That's
man.
what it came down to. Like when it came down to the final three, I thought they were gonna just pick the last three, but they went by votes. And so, like he said, I came up like, I mean, the girl who won was I mean, I'm not making any excuses, but the girl who won, she was in a sorority, so she, that's how she got, and she was from Atlanta too. I mean, you consider Milwaukee market versus Atlanta market, so, but yeah, it came down to like a couple hundred votes, like maybe 200-300 votes, so. It was close.
Good experience though.
Man, it was awesome. It was awesome. So, yeah. After that, I knew I like this poetry thing. This is kind of hot.
So from like poetry to poetry.
Right. Right. Like, I mean, actually, today I was talking to my job about that. I'm like, yeah, I do poetry. Like, this is it went from something that I didn't ever think I would do to something I'm proud of. Like, I have a poetry tattoo and everything. Like, this is a big part of my life. Like, my daughter knows about it. My mom's seen me perform, like that type of thing.
So what can people see you coming up in?
Actually, I got a show tomorrow. I need to pull out the flyer. That shows you how busy I've been. But I have a show tomorrow at it's called Care to Share. It's a benefit. It's myself, a couple of comedians. Baby Drew is gonna be there. A comedian called The Jester. Another comedian called Mr. Cutting Up. Myself and like maybe 2 or 3 other people. But it's 2844 North Oakland Avenue. Doors will be open at 7 tomorrow.
How much the tickets cost?
$12 in advance. If you call, it's 779-6434, or $15 at the door. But like I said, it's a benefit show, so I'm looking forward to it just because I'll be helping out.
What's the charity that it's benefiting?
It's a food drive. So they they're doing
non-perishables.
Yeah.
Non-perishables.
Yeah.
Then? All right.
Yeah.
They're not giving away shoes, are they? There was a charity that we had. There was a charity they were sending shoes to kids in Africa because they don't have food, but they need sneakers. It's Jordan. What is this? Jordan, I'm so hungry.
What is this, Jordan? But now this is
like actual food. They're not sending them hats and trench coats.
So I can eat those shoes. Like, try these laces. Just floss with that when you're done. But no, it's for Milwaukee Rescue Mission. I happen to get called for that. Like
the
almost
rescue
like
mission. You were in the rescue mission?
No, I mean for the show. I got called for the show.
Well, you got a rescue mission?
No, I rescued a mission. I went on the rescue mission to bring food and shoes to hungry kids. It was me, Rambo, and Obama.
You brought shoes to hungry people, and they all hate you.
Well, at least you can walk to the food. That's what I figured. They could go walk to get something to eat.
But where's the food?
McDonald's. They can walk to McDonald's. Everybody got a McDonald's.
Indeed. Well, Mauro, do you have any upcoming events? I know we've got the January.
Do I have any upcoming events?
Yeah, I mean, you're a busy guy.
I planned on watching porn and masturbating later, but is that an event?
Second week in a row I've been on there talking about it. But I understand why.
This is more than the second week in a row I've watched porn or masturbated.
Be clear, poetry events that other people would want to come
to.
I'm going to think twice the next time you hand me a chapbook. I don't know, pages 10 and 11 are kind of sticky.
That's disgusting. But no, the 14th, December 14th at River West Public House, 815 East Logans. We will be down there at 8 o'clock with the new Word document 1 year anniversary.
That's what's
The 1 year we've been doing it for 12 months, baby. You ain't never had a guy give it to you for 12 months, baby.
And by the way, you can catch all of us down at Spitfire Thursdays at James every Thursday. So yeah, and that's an awesome set. So you can always catch us down there.
Oh man,
yeah, and it's free set too.
Yeah, and it is. Yeah, it doesn't cost anything.
I feel so bad I haven't gone there yet. As soon as my finals are done next week,
we know. But like, hey Asher, like seriously, dude, like seriously. Last night Awesome.
Except
The
for the
Thursday
dude
thing.
like that I almost had to like hit. I almost clobbered him with a stool.
What
If
you-
that
what was this,
security
Rabbit?
guard wouldn't have moved us, I mean, if he just took a second
What
longer.
happened?
You
No.
didn't see the guy grab the mic out of Spitfires. I mean, it was
The
yeah.
porno?
the guy that was leaning, the
last
the drunk guy. I think he was
left,
drinking like
left,
Tylenol and cold medicine and alcohol.
You mean
Yeah.
the last guy that was?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Oh,
the
you
rapper.
missed that trans-
No,
yeah.
we left.
Yeah, we had left. I didn't see that dude. I remember the guy in the V-neck white tee with the porno poem with his nipples that got hard during the middle of the poem, and y'all was like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, he's sexy."
I walked out of the room
kinda
because I appreciate things called similes, metaphors. So when they're just like
Poets don't know anything
bang, bang, bang.
Metaphor?
What'd you say?
Metaphor?
Yeah,
Metaphor, but I met her before, but where's her name?
When I went to iWhips, the individual world slams in Charlotte, I did a poem Dandelion actually.
This is an awesome
And
poem,
Jared Paul, it's the first time I ever met him, and he said, "Oh my God, you did a poem with metaphors. That's awesome." Yeah, I actually used metaphors. Well, other people just screamed into the mic. Yeah.
His expectations were lowered by the poets at iWhips, really.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
No, I don't. And then they asked me why I'm not a big Jared Paul fan. But what I was saying was Thursday nights at Gene Supper Club. What's the address, Nikki?
60th and I don't know the address.
60th,
I should probably
right
know
there,
that. I'm like the manager.
It's
of the
called
set.
Jeans across from Walmart.
It's at a place.
It's just
So Gene's at a place somewhere in the world. No, it's called Spitfire Thursdays. It's Gene Supper Club. It's right by Midtown Mall. But like it's really a really awesome scene. It's everything you heard about open mic poetry that doesn't happen at New Word Document. I mean, like they're welcoming and they don't buffoon people, but we clearly laugh at you and throw things. That's not true. But I just like to say it because it dissuades people who don't know about the set from coming. Because I am the one host that doesn't want more people at his set. I'm sorry, but seriously, it's really an awesome space, and they invite, and it's really inviting, and it's really fun, and the host is engaging. Inger Spitfire is like one of the best hosts in the city. The only
amazing,
set that I
brilliant.
enjoy more than the Thursday night thing is our own. It is one of the most welcoming platforms other than New Word Document in the city.
But I don't know if you had to bring it though. Like it's a set that I feel like I even find myself getting a little nervous before I get on the mic, where I have to find my little rambunctious side, a little more spunk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's certain pieces.
Speak
I,
up.
yeah.
You got to speak up. Yeah, that's the thing about the Thursday thing. You got to speak up.
Oh, I
'cause
thought you were
the
saying
mic is
now.
horrible. Oh, no, the mic
No,
is-
don't speak that up.
Louder.
No, but no, because you go off. You know, a lot of the time people go off mic. There is a microphone, but generally speaking, the poets go off mic, and so you got to speak up, man, and just be heard. And it's about enjoying the space.
Yeah, one thing about Thursdays though, I thought was really really awesome is I had a chance to there's a lot of poets that I meet. You know, like you said, the community is small, so I run into a lot of the same faces. But to like see them like really get off on Thursdays is awesome. Like to see. Like that's why she has this name. Like that's why she has this following type of thing. So when you see the poets that you heard of, when they get down there, it's kind of like the chance to showcase. And so that's always
Bringing
a good
the A
chance
game.
to see. Yeah. It's always a good chance to see. And then the crowd it's a fresh crowd. So I think it's more like a chill in the living room type of crowd because it's it's small, it's inviting, and it's warm versus I'm on stage and I'm distanced and I'm separated from everybody. It's like I'm in the middle of the crowd, spitting. It's awesome.
Like I said, and so as long as New Word Document is a monthly, you could come out every week and do the Thursday thing and get the same kind of atmosphere that we try to foster at New Word Document, where you're included in it and the poets are all there enjoying the set. Like it's a weekly New Word Document kind of venue, so it's a really good place. And for people that enjoy our set and that come out and listen to the radio show or come to our thing, it's a really great place to come in between documenting that you can be a part of.
You know what
that
I
whole
like
experience.
about New Word Document is that I feel like I can read anything there. Fresh, new.
Right.
So I feel a little more free in that, reading off the page, to be myself a little bit more. It's a good feeling.
I mean, that's what, and that's what the whole thing is about. But like I said, we are wholeheartedly a fan of what you and Inger do with the whole Thursday night thing at Jeans, Spitfire Thursdays. It's just really an awesome place. And like, I've been there I've only missed like 2 sets that since y'all started. Like, yeah, so it's really a great place. But yeah, so every Thursday. But again, I just want to mention it one more time, and excuse me, Adam, for plugging it again on the set.
Plug away, Mario.
But the 14th, December 14th, we will be at New Word Document 1 year anniversary.
It's gonna be big.
It's been a year.
We're gonna have blow-ups of all those Sandra Boskamp posters. You know, Pogo Stick Man, all of them be blown up behind there.
We have a few graffiti artists that are going to be displayed.
Yep, nice.
We're gonna have it's going to be a really awesome time. I plan on taking my shirt off.
And we're also gonna be branching out. Some people might not know this, but I'm on.
Mario, you always take your shirt off.
I've seen him do it before, actually. No,
when he watches porno and masturbates, that's normally when it's off.
Wasn't there that nipple hard story? Wasn't that what that was about? But January 25th at the National, the new Hilton Garden Inn that just got renovated. We're going to be having a newer document event there. We're going to be on the banner. Mario's going to be performing. It's going to be it's a 3-tiered building. It's really beautiful. The top level is like real fireside skylights with LED lights all around them. It's really beautiful. So we're going to start branching out into some other events. So hopefully we'll at least have special events coming out and some newer document special events and a way to plug a lot of the people that we know in and get them in to have more opportunities to talk to people. I'm pretty excited about this one because it's going to be a young urban hipster crowd. But it's not going to be as exciting as the 1-year anniversary. But this is our first time announcing this one. No one's ever heard of this one before. So this is the sneak peek of what's going on next year.
It's January 25th. You said it's going to be. Is it open to teen poets too, or is it a showcase or an open mic? I missed that. So.
No, it's a showcase. Yeah,
okay.
It's a showcase. Yeah.
I mean, but New Word Document is continuing to advance and grow and stretch the reach of this thing that we do for people to different places, different venues. This is just the beginning. I was telling a friend today, like, it's been a year since we started, and it's just getting bigger and stronger and more healthy and vivacious. It's like the first trimester, and your breasts are just getting bigger, and your nipples aren't really that sensitive, but they're sensitive enough that you have to.
I was just about to give Mario this huge compliment too. I was like, I remember when I asked Mario, it's been a year, what do you think about where we're at? And he goes, I think it's really good where we're at, and it meant a lot to me because I look up to Mario. I'm like, all right, that's great. And then you went on this. You gotta ruin it.
Pregnant nipples.
You gotta bring nipples into it.
Pregnant nipples just threw me
How
off.
does nipples ruin anything? Nipples are the most awesome thing to ever happen ever.
We're winding down the last 10 minutes. I'm gonna quickly go over what tracks we played. We played the Tornadoes, Love and Fury. That's from Joe Meek from the 1960s. We played the Pubs P track, and then we played the Wu-Tang versus the Beatles, Enter the Magical Mystery Chambers intro. We're gonna play a quick 2-minute track called Locomotion with Me.
Walmart.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to New Word Document Radio. We just heard Locomotion with me, and we've had Microphone McFan, Mario the Poet, and darling Nikki Jansen here.
So now, hey, Adam, do we get a poem by Microphone McFan before we close the show out tonight?
That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, Microphone, you gonna do what?
Well, I guess I kind of have to now, don't I?
All right.
Thanks for putting me on the spot. This is a newer piece. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but I write lines that paint 1,000 pictures in your mind, like I found a way to somehow say 1,000 words at the same time. I breathe beautiful pictures every time I speak these sweet street scriptures. Gravitate to my grammar. Picture this. I heal the sickness like it's an answer for cancer. It's obvious I'm an oil optometrist. I stay spitting written prescriptions. Come and get a subscription of poetic diction. Even your television can't tell you a better vision. I got word wisdom if your third eye could listen. My lines are colored cream, outlined with lime green. It sometimes seems like the last scene of an oral moral combat. I got finishing moves in different hues of blues. Even though it's no game, I'm Luke Kane. My hands produce flames. I'm an artist like my poetry came out of a picture frame. You could see what I'm saying? Like I spit cinema. I don't got time for that BS, but these cats spit, so that's why I spit these enemas. These colorblind to my rhyme. Can't visualize the sounds that colors make when I word paint, but I see straight like a bunch of average grades. I wordplay like words with friends. I'm so superb with a pen, I use so much force when I write, like I'm a Jedi Knight. Nobody wants to word fight. No use in trying to war with words when I've mastered peace. With each poetic masterpiece, you would think I keep a paintbrush in my teeth whenever the master speaks. I spit ink in your pupils. I teach these pupils like the crowd is my campus. Give them access to my creative canvas. I'm so at home with these poems, if my skills would have clicked its heels 3 times, each line would have landed somewhere in Kansas. Follow the road of yellow bricks to get to where I spit. Crayola colorful compositions created across the continent. I got constant consonants and vowels that flow through my veins like I keep a library that lies buried deep beneath my heartbeat. Speak through notebook sheets. I don't sleep. I just close my eyes for a few hours at a time while I go over lines in my mind. My page lies parallel to the rooftop. Heavenly words start to dribble, drip, drop, liquid drizzle. Invisible hip-hop where my lyrics precipitate like teardrops. Rain washes away my pains and fears when it hits my ears and I can hear color so clear. I face the atmosphere with my mouth agape. I thirst for a taste before birth was my date. I was contemplating verbal usages in my mother's uterus. I spoke in visuals as an embryo. My infant meals were never infamil. My baby bottle was filled with lyrical skills so I can grow up big and strong with poems. My words were earth tones, black, beige, and browns, orange and reddish type sounds. Reading while I was teething. Each sentence mixed with spinach to strengthen my linguistics. My mother mixed it with colors to boost my visualistics. So I write so bright that Helen Keller couldn't miss it. So the next idiot that says a picture is worth 1,000 words, remember, there's not a picture worth a letter from a syllable out of a line of mine. So either they're lying or they're just verbally blind. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What'd you think of that, Mario? I like that. That was good.
I did. I told you, January feature, man. He's already on the bill.
Nice.
So don't wait for January. December 14th, we'll be doing a New York Word Document anniversary show. But if in January,
15
it's going
East
to be
Locust Street.
Yeah, it's going to be all about McFan, and it's really awesome when you can find a poet that is progressing in a way, like when you're not already featuring a poet that is established and has done a million features and has the documented show, but when you get a poet that is in the beginning of their career, their serious career, that is awesome, and that's what you just heard, is like a poet that is coming into their own, and I am really proud to say that, you know, I knew McFan before he was this awesome.
I'm not that awesome yet.
Well, thanks for giving the
Y'all
audience
know
a
me
taste.
before I was that awesome too.
Well, he's always been awesome.
He's always been, but he's been burning it down lately, Nikki. You can't say you haven't recognized it. Haven't you seen the same thing? Am I the only one that sees?
But you know, I just actually met him recently, so it was like awesomeness when we started.
I have to admit, I'm in the same camp because I've always known you as being great. First time I heard you perform.
For a couple of years, so yeah, when I came out, he was rocking.
If I was any lighter, I'd be blushing right now.
Oh, it's a love fest here today on New Word Document Radio.
Yay.
Well, I'd like to thank Mario the Poet for coming on.
All right.
Microphone McFan.
Appreciate it, man.
And darling Nikki,
Hey.
thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
It's been awesome, everyone on. We're gonna close out with a song by Brand Van 3000. Thank you so much for tuning in for New Word Document Radio.
December 14th.
I was gonna say, any last words?
December 14th,
December
New
14th.
Word Document 15, East Locust. You had to come down and enjoy the show. Darling Nikki will be there. We're hoping to get Microphone McFan on the short open mic list.
I will be there.
Yeah,
Awesome.
got that much better. You got a taste here.
Ingrid Spitfires, Cynthia Spencer, Lynetta Davis, myself, Adam Asher, Keith Gousted. It's going
Oh, Miss Dia said she's going to come out afterwards.
Miss Dia Spitfire. Miss Dia. So then she got a radio show tonight. If you're just now tuning in, if you catch this on the podcast, you should probably go listen to hers. It's at Blogspot, Miss Dia,
good.
Blogspot, whatever.
That's good.
Yeah,
All right.
The Poetry Push show. Yeah,
Poetry
y'all gotta
Push.
look for that. And my last words is I'm just working hard, man. So hopefully I can get to that Nikki, darling Nikki, Adam, Asher,
Yeah, you're past
Mario
me,
the
man.
poet.
You're there.
I could get to that status one day. So I'm working on it.
I'm more like the hype man, man. You're the performer. You
Yeah,
know?
one day you can be
got
like
that down.
me and almost have enough food to eat. It'll be awesome.
He said he's working hard. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But we're glad you're letting us hype your stuff up, man. So thanks for coming on. I really appreciate you making the time.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for having me, though. For real, man. I really appreciate it.
All right, here's Brand Man 3000. Everyone, thanks for tuning in.
See you next week.
Feeling.